Okay, I am hoping we're connected. I tried popping it up a few minutes ago and I wasn't sure if I had it right. Need to do a little test, see if the chat's working. Chat seems to be working. Hopefully we'll have somebody join here in the next few minutes. We are live. I don't have it up on the YouTube screen. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe you guys can see me. Let me know in the chat if I don't think I have anybody here yet. My chair keeps squeaking. Hopefully my internet is connected okay and you guys can see everything. I'm going to check one more thing here real quick. And okay. It does have it up, and I think there might be just a little bit of a delay. Hope you guys can hear me okay. We are just going to go for it. Okay, so in my previous video, I talked about getting these stencils, and I bought this pack. It was a pack of 12 from Amazon, and I really liked that I was able to mark with my stencil and have a actual pattern instead of just the outline of the circles. I was having a hard time dotting. So this will be my stencil that I'm using today. And I went ahead and marked. Set this one aside. And I can't get it out of the way. There we go. And this is what that looks like. And it kind of overlapped on some of the lines, but okay, so I think my colors that I would like to use, I'm going to do a purple and teal. And my colors I'm going to use are Wild Iris, Concord Grape, Lilac Mist, and then for my teal colors, I will be using Green Teal, Laguna, and Ocean Breeze. And these two are Craft Smart that I got at Michael's, and the apple barrels I got at Walmart. And I've been using apple barrel paints for probably 20 years, and I really like the quality of them. I've never had bad luck with them, so I just kind of stick with those. The tools that I will be using are my dotting tools from the Dotting Center. I purchased these in a kit that came with stencils and some other tools, dotting tools. And I really like these tools. They have the little numbers for the sizes on each end. And I just kind of keep them laid out over here on my desk. And then I will also be using my nail stylus dotting tools. And what I did is I bent them. I think you can see on those that I've seen other dotters that have bent them, and there's a couple that actually sell them, but I think it's the Dotting Center actually has a video on how you bend them, and you can just grab them with like needle nose pliers and kind of bend them, but you do have to be careful because you can break the little dot off. But we are going to go ahead and get started. My little paint palette, one little trick that I saw, I'm not sure actually which, I think her name is Susan, and I can't place her last name, Henson or Hanson maybe, and she put Glad cling wrap or Glad press and seal on her painter's palette. And that way when you clean up, you just peel it off and you can throw it all away. You don't have to worry about having your palette really dirty. So I'm just going to put some in here. And this one is the Wild Iris. This one is Concord Grape. One's a little bit thick. We may have to thin that one out a little. This one is Lilac Mist. And I did shake these just a little bit ago, but that one's a little thick as well. We may have to thin this one and this one out. This one is our Garden Teal. That one actually looks really good consistency. And then our Laguna. This one is so pretty. I really like this one. So you can tell that the different shades that they're, I'm hoping this color palette works well. And this one was Ocean Breeze. I saw this color palette on a Pinterest post when I just did a search for purple mandala patterns, and I really liked the way the purple and the teal looked together. So I'm going to set my paint over here. And I'm going to start off on the center. And I'm not sure if I want a huge dot. Maybe I think I'm going to go ahead with the number 12 and right there in the center. And I hope you guys can see that okay. I can zoom in a little more. Let's see, let's zoom in, just excuse me here just a little bit. Zoom in. Okay, that looks a little better. And I just have a wet washcloth that I'm using to wipe my tools off as I go along. And I think my next, I want to go with, I think I'm going to work my purples first, and then I'll do teals, and then we'll see as we just go along how it turns out. I am going to use, I'm not particularly sure what the size is on these. Some tools do have the millimeters on them, but these little dotting tools don't. And the reason why I did bend them is because when I am actually dotting, I don't have to get my head into the frame. I can just hopefully not get my head into the frame. And I'm just going to start. I don't know if that one's big enough. Let's go a little bit bigger. That's not transferring very well. I usually use a canvas board. This is my first time actually using a soft canvas where they're the actual, like an actual painter's canvas. This particular paint is a little thin, I think. The other ones were a lot thicker, but I'm having to double dot on these. I may have to use a little bit of a larger tool. That's we're just gonna just double dot. My colors don't seem to be showing up as bright as what I hope you can see those okay. Then I am going to go in with the next color, which is the Lilac Mist, and I'm going to just kind of like dot in between these ones. neighbor's dog is barking. Also, at some point during my live streams, you may see Luna. For those of you who don't know who Luna is my cat. She is sound asleep over here next to me right now. She's being a really good girl today. So I'm not sure if I like that, but we're okay. And I kind of want to stick with the smaller dots. I don't want to really go with the big ones all over. I really like the way the smaller dots look. Okay, I'm going to go back with my dark, and I'm going to do dots all around this next circle. I'm doing really good. I'm not getting my head in the shot. Maybe it's because I don't have it all the way zoomed in, or that I have it more zoomed in. One thing about dot painting, if you are a new painter, for every dot, if you want it to be the same size, you dip your paint. Okay, my little tool just came out there. I think it's because I washed them and maybe the glue. Okay, so that's looking cute so far. I think what I want to do now is I'm going to go in on these petal shapes here, and I'm going to start with the dark teal. And that one is the green teal. I'm going to start, and I'm going to go right here, right at the point. And I'm going to walk my dots. So. And actually, I think I'm going to just keep them a consistent size, and then on the next row we'll start getting a little smaller. I don't like how close those two are to each other. I watch a lot of videos that Rachel from the Dotting Center does, and one of her things that have really helped me be a little bit more confident on painting, she says, don't worry about it being perfect, just go with it and have fun. So that's what I'm gonna do. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want to make sure I get the same amount of dots down each section though. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. pretty. I like that. And I'm going to just continue to the next petal. Those two are a little bit close together, but I don't have a problem with that. Seven, 8. I really like this color. It's really pretty. Hopefully I'm keeping in frame. You guys can see everything okay. I really do like this color, and I made a little mistake there, and I have my little these are silicone tools, and you're able to correct mistakes with them. Okay, so that's not too bad. Just need to redot that little one right there. I'm hoping you guys are able to see this because I'm not showing that I have anybody watching. And I'm getting a little too quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It does say it's recording and that it is live. I'm gonna check on my phone really quick and see if it's actually it does say it's recording and that it is live. I'm gonna check on my phone really quick and see if it's actually. You guys can hear that it was live. Okay. I just don't have no one watching yet, but I'm gonna keep going. I didn't really schedule very well. I did make a post on my main YouTube or my main Facebook channel and my Facebook channel for my YouTube. And excuse me. I think for the next live video, I will announce it the day before. Oh, I got heartburn. Okay. And I'm going to go in with the next shade, and I'm going to go with a smaller dot. I'm not going to follow these lines here. I'm just going to follow the curve of the petal. And I'm going to go in now with Laguna. And it's not a big shade difference, but it's more blue than green. And I do like the bend of the tool. I'm able to dot and you're still able to see what I'm doing. Still 13 dots. I think I may find some little individual paint pots to where I can actually hold it. $12 and $13. There's not a big difference in the color, but when you're a little closer, you can see it. Now I'm going to go I'll finish these and we'll go in with an even lighter, the Ocean Breeze. I think I'll go ahead and do those now and give these ones a little more time to dry. I'm going to use the next smaller tool. And I think let's see, which one do we want to try? Just go with that one. I don't like that those are larger in size, so we are going to clean those off. You're able to just kind of wipe them with the... One thing in my videos, even the non-live video, what I do is I include mistakes. I'm not going to edit those out because it shows that how to correct that mistake. So when you do make a mistake in dot painting, what you usually do is you will paint your canvas, whether it's already a black canvas or not. You want to at least put 2 coats of black paint on it. This is what I've learned from other dot artists. And what that does is it lets you have a base. If you make a mistake, the black paint that you're going to use, that you paint over those mistakes, will blend in. So when this dries, it'll blend right in. I might not have gotten enough of that teal off, but... Okay, we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next. Okay. I just used the Apple Barrel Black. And I have that sitting here next to me, so if I do make mistakes, I'll blend that out just a little bit better so it's not lumpy. And that particular dot got a little wonky, but I think it'll blend in and we won't really notice much of it when we continue. I'm going to go ahead and give that a chance to dry. I got a little excited and I started rushing. Oops. Making a mess over here. These 2 different colors of teal are not really showing up very different. So I hope it gets a little bit better. I got a little flustered on my little mistake, so I'm starting to rush, so I need to slow down. I typically wipe my tool. I wipe it often so I don't get all the dried buildup on my tool. I've seen some daughters that their tools have a lot of paint on them, and I'm kind of picky. I remember when I was younger and in high school, and I had an art teacher that said that you have to keep your tools clean if you want to produce nice work. It's just something that I guess was kind of like I got used to doing. I don't know why my paint's not really. I'm loading up my tool. You can see that it does have actual, but it's, I don't know if my paint's too thin. I know from videos that I watched, paint consistency is important. Some people like the peaks. Like this one kind of, you can see that it looks like it still has another dot on top of this other one. If your paint's thicker, it'll leave a peak. If it's thinner, if it's too thin, it can spread and bleed. If you have just the right consistency, it'll just leave a nice smooth dot. Some of these are thick, some of them aren't. So some of these I think maybe just a bit too thin. If you want them a little thinner, that's better for the swooshes. I don't know if I'm going to have swooshes in this particular one. We'll see as I go along. Okay, maybe I just figured out. I don't think I was putting enough paint on. My dots aren't quite uniform. And I really hope, I'm not seeing it on the screen that I have anybody joined still. That is a little disappointing, but I'm hoping that by my next stream that will change. I'm not even sure if I have it set up correctly. It does show on my phone that it is streaming though. And I just touched those two, but I'm gonna just keep on going. Maybe. And I just made that worse. That actually kind of cleaned up pretty good. I'm going to get a Q-tip and wet it a little bit. And that is another way that you can, these are like bad Q-tips I bought. They're the little cotton on them is really loose. Okay. And if Luna sees Q-tips, she goes crazy. So I have to kind of keep them hidden. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's so far how it's looking. I don't know if it's my lighting, but it's really making it look green on screen. But it's I can tell the difference, but maybe not so much on screen. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the light, and I think I want to go with the smaller dot. This particular color is Ocean Breeze. And it's still hard to tell directly on the camera the different colors. My dots aren't lining up perfect. I think I'm rushing a little too much, and I'm gonna have to really slow down. What I may even do is actually draw each line that I'm gonna dot on maybe next time. I think I get nervous and I start going too fast. Maybe if I do it this way, one on each side, and then it'll, maybe not. I think we'll finish these petals, and then I will end it for today. I'm doing 11 dots of this color. Down each side. Mess that one up a little. I have this thing, it's stuck in my head that it has to be absolutely perfect. And I start getting nervous and make mistakes. And when I finish these petals, these next ones will be in purple. I'm hoping this color scheme turns out as pretty as what the one on Pinterest turned out. They actually used, I think, 3 or 4 different colors of teal and just 2 or 3 colors of purple. Okay, so now I'm gonna go with, again, the darker, and that was the green teal, but I'm gonna go even with a smaller size dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 6, 7, 8, and 9. I will have to figure out my lighting, because I'm frustrated that it's not showing up on camera, the color. You should be able to see the difference in the colors, and it doesn't seem like it's showing it very well. Maybe my light could actually be washing it out a little. I'm not sure. So I started actually following a few dot artist pages or dot artist groups on Facebook, and one of the things is that they don't really allow you to do self-promotion. There is one channel or one group that lets you announce things on Fridays. I think they call it Fri-yay, and they let you promote yourself. And I'm hoping that next Friday I can do that, and maybe I will get more people that will watch. I hope so. But we're just going for it. No one's watching that I can see. It doesn't show that I have any viewers, so maybe on the next video, being that this is my first one, I don't really know how to advertise it other than saying something on my YouTube channels or my Facebook channels. Pages. I do have a YouTube or a Facebook for my YouTube, and then I have my regular YouTube, my regular Facebook. Man, I'm all over the place right now. We'll see how the live streams go. if I'm not getting any viewers, I may not even continue them. Or I may continue them just because, and just treat it like a regular video. I'm not sure. I mean, of course, it is a little disappointing, but being that it is my first one. Okay, so I am going to go in with another smaller tool, and we are going to continue with the next color, which was Laguna. And I'm sorry, you may be able to hear that in the background. My trash is now getting picked up. I may, on the next live stream, I may just schedule the live stream not on a Monday when we have our trash pickup. Okay, so I'm going to actually change back to a little bit larger tool because that dot's just a little too small. She scared me. That was Luna. I'm not sure if you could see her. Here's her little tail. Here's the end of her tail. You can't even see it. She likes sitting in the window, watching everything. We have a rabbit that comes to our front yard and tries to eat all of our shrubs, and we call him Eddie Rabbit. And she likes to watch him. I'm not getting my lines lined up wrong. My spacing's really kind of off. Luna is sitting in the window behind my laptop. Hopefully, oh, here she comes. You don't knock anything over. Can you come this way? Come on. Don't walk on the paint. Come this way. Okay. She was out of frame. That's okay. That's good. almost done with this section. This particular paint I'm using right now is pretty thin. Okay, so there's that. And I think I'm gonna just do the same size tool. I'm gonna do a my husband just drove up. Okay, I just did a swipe, so I'm gonna kind of like double dip and then triple dip and then just swipe down. That one's not very good. I don't like it at all. I'm just getting a little frustrated. We're just gonna leave it. What looks like a mistake to me might not be a mistake to others, but I don't really like it. And just there. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. I may start all over. I may not. That's what it looks like. You can kind of see some of the different colors there when I raise it up higher. I don't know if I'm particularly happy with this. I will take some pictures and I will share it to my Facebook dot groups that I follow and get their opinions. We will see you next time.